All right, guys, let's get right down to business. There's one thing that I had a friend bring up the other day, and it really was like a realization for me. I was like, how have I never thought of this before? Here I am, the dude on YouTube, always talking about Swedish versus American culture, and this one just completely went over my head. Like, I don't know how on earth I didn't think of this, but we were talking about the difference in friendships and relationships in America versus Sweden. It seems like a lot of times in Sweden, people can have like a very closed off friend group. Like people go way back. And this is a friend of mine that's lived in Sweden for like 10 years, even though he's not from Sweden. And he's like, yeah, even after 10 years, I'm like hanging out with some Swedish people. They like don't invite me to stuff. They're like closed off sometimes. And these are people that I even consider myself close to. And I'm like, wow, like sometimes I can get a sense for that too. Like living in Stockholm, people like to hang out with the people that they grew up around. I'm very lucky because I'm a part of a group of friends that is extremely welcoming. And I've also made friends from other parts of Sweden, but just also reflecting on these people, we have like giant group chats with the friend group. And it's not like new people are coming into the friend group. And here's another thing, like I remember when I was dating Lynn one time, and there was somebody that was trying to be a friend, trying to hang out and stuff, and she made a comment like, I already have enough friends. And I was like, what do you mean? How can you have enough friends? She's like, I barely have enough time to see the people that I'm already seeing. And I'm, you know, as an American, I'm like, can you have too many friends? This is a completely foreign concept to me. And then it hit me because my friend was talking about this. And I don't know, maybe this plays a little role into why this is. And we were talking about the school system. In Sweden, people stay in the same class with the same people for a long, long period of time. Like the people that you go to school in 4th grade with, for example, you're gonna have the exact same people every single year. Every single year, it's the same people that you go to 9th grade with. I mean, to me, that's sort of crazy because like in America, you have different classes with different students and you make different friends every year as an elementary school student. And then when you're older, like in high school, you're gonna have 6 different classes a day and you're gonna have different people in every single class. You look at the college level, same exact thing in a lot of cases. When I was going to college, we had different people in every class. I had lecture halls with 400 or 500 different students in a class, and I would have to make new friends whenever I would go into those classes. And you know, for example, in Lynn's college program where she was studying in Norrköping, she had the cohort model, so she had the same people in her classes all the time. And you get closer, deeper connections because you're seeing those people all day, every day for every subject, for everything. But at the same time, maybe people are a little bit deprived when you go through that model. People become a little bit more deprived in being open to new relationships and being open to making new friends. Now, this could be a complete coincidence, but just from talking about this with my friend, it really made a lot of sense to me. I totally see this in the Swedish culture. People are just a little bit more closed off to foreigners, a little bit more closed off to meeting new people. It's almost an advantage being an American because I don't have to fall into this Swedish stereotype and people are naturally interested when you come from somewhere else. But yeah, I'm very confused because here's something that's sort of a counter argument. When Swedish people go abroad, they're like the friendliest people ever. They're making friends very easily. Maybe it's because they're looked at as like, wow, Sweden, that's sort of like an exotic, like cool place. That I would say Sweden standing in the world, a lot of people think very, very highly of Sweden and like the Nordic countries in general. But to me, that's very, very interesting because when you're in Sweden, it does seem like people can be a little bit closed off and just like naturally, like I think Americans are more open to meeting new people, talking to strangers in public, like all these little things that can actually work up to that. And I think about like out of the friends in Sweden, maybe I haven't even done a good job of this as an American. Like I meet somebody new that I think is cool. It's not like I'm hitting them up a lot of time. Most of the people that I hang out with are people that I've seen many, many times before. So I don't know. I thought this was interesting, and I'm curious if you guys think the same way. Do you think the school system plays a role into this? I mean, there's so many different factors in a society that influence culture, and maybe I'm making a bigger thing out of this than it actually is, but I don't know. It was just a thought that I had, and I'm curious to see what you guys have to think. So that's the update for this video. Stay tuned, subscribe if you like these type of videos about Swedish culture. There will be more videos like this in the future. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, so Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.